Hello everyone, and welcome to a fairly short warning video sent to me by a viewer of this channel. My viewer sent details of two scams, one that they'd fallen for and one that they realised was a scam. They aren't romance scams or crypto scams, they're more traditional keep safe on the net style scams. Hello, said my viewer, I'm a huge fan of you. I've binge watched your videos and have been almost dying of laughter. Obviously I had to read you that bit so that I can polish my halo. Now, I know that you're more specified on romance scams, but I've decided to anyway share about this, since I believe there are many people who have fallen victim into this type of scam. But scammers are truly everywhere, not just in Nigeria, but also in Sweden. The homeless scam. I thought I've heard of all types of scam, but sadly, this exists. It's unthinkable to fathom how someone can stoop so low to do this. I've been scammed in this way. Here in Sweden, homeless people can sell magazines and earn money in this way. These magazines are printed by an organisation that then employs the individual. Every seller has an ID which they wear. I had been shopping, and outside of the supermarket, a man stood and sold these magazines. I was stressed, LOL, but decided I wanted to support a homeless person in need, so I gave him money. Not a lot, but for an actual homeless person it would have been a lot. Sadly, this guy turned out to be a thug. I noticed too late that he had no ID. I could later see him talk to some guys that were clearly up to no good. I then noticed that the magazine that I had bought had been read before. All the magazines that you buy are covered in thin plastic, except the one the seller holds up as a sample. I felt so extremely foolish and naive. How did he get the magazines? Well, there's no way you can buy these magazines in a store or anywhere else. I've sometimes seen sellers taking cover inside stations when it's cold. Being homeless is very tiring, I realise, so they sometimes doze off or fall asleep. I've seen a homeless man fall asleep with a stack of these magazines. The only way this guy could have got those magazines would be if he stole them from someone sleeping, or robbing them. I'm getting furious just thinking of it, my viewer added, and I suggested to my viewer, I wonder whether the person that she bought the magazine from had been following the people that were buying from a real seller and then removing them from the waste paper bins if they were throwing them away. My viewer continued, this morning I saw a woman posting in a Facebook group that she and her husband had been evicted and all their belongings was now in plastic bags. Meanwhile, they would sleep in the woods. She was simply asking for food. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a very timely warning. There are lots of people posting on Facebook about lost children, lost pets, being homeless, who recently joined groups, who have no history, and if you Google what they've said, you'll find that the same post has been posted in many places. I felt horrible reading it, so I reached out to her and said that I could meet up with her and buy some groceries for her. I asked where she was. Turns out she was way too far from me to go there. I think this was intentional, my viewer added. I then asked her if I could send her some money through a mobile pay app. I suspect that this is one of her tactics. I had a feeling that something was wrong. You know, gut feeling. So I decided to look up her name. Turns out she'd been doing a similar scam, pretending to be pregnant, asking people for money. I then find her boyfriend's Facebook page, where many people write comments on his post that she'd been scamming them out of money with a similar story. I decided to block her. I'm so grateful for that bad gut feeling I had. If I'd sent her money through mobile pay, she would have had my number, name, and address. It's really sad that these scummers destroy for actual homeless and people in need. I think these types of scammers target people they know are caring and feel for the poor. I'm assuming their targets are religious people, as I've seen some similar posts like this in different Christian groups. I'll just add in here, I live in a small rural town. If someone is in difficulties, then usually someone will post on their behalf. People will know who they are. A scammer of this type would most likely be spotted and their post would be removed. So if you see someone telling a sad story on one of your local Facebook groups. Just do your research before falling for the story. Is that person genuine? Are there other people in your town, village or city or district that know who they are? And remember that fake accounts have fake friends who may well have joined the group recently as well, so that they can post in support of that person. Be vigilant and do your due diligence. My viewer then added, "Thanks for your channel. I'm looking forward to the episode in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Just what I need to calm my nerves after being furious at scammers. Sadly, that was just before episode 17 of Marcus Bayer. I suspect my viewer was anything but calmed by that video. That was the one where he lost his temper and told Denise to get out of his life. I'd like to thank my viewer for sending in these stories of encounters she's had with scammers. If you have a story that you'd like to send in, you're welcome to send it to keepsafeonthenet@gmail.com. The address is on the screen. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.